All right, welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm David,
And I'm Gary.
and there's nothing to see here. Move along. Thank you very
Okay,
much for watching this video and supporting our channel. We
if
appreciate
you
it.
like these videos, give us a thumbs up, hit the bell, subscribe. We'll wake you up at midnight. This is a short one, so I hope the coffee wasn't too hot.
Exactly. We turn you loose to the next video. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.
Okay. This is not the April 1st edition, although maybe it should be.
You'll probably
Okay.
get the comments that like the shortened version.
Maybe it'll be too short. The Justice Department is going to release the Epstein Files to James Comer in the House Oversight Committee on Friday. August 22nd, I believe, is the date.
That would be Friday.
That'll be fun. William Barr apparently answered the subpoena and testified in front of Congress, at least on Monday. I don't know if he was back on Tuesday, but he did testify on Monday and explained that when Jeffrey Epstein was when he died suddenly and unexpectedly in prison, he and many senior officials went down to the prison to take a look at it and sort of look at things firsthand, which prison officials said that, which is really unusual. You don't normally expect the attorney general showing up when a prisoner dies. Maybe when somebody's getting promoted, but definitely not for the latter, for somebody dying. But William Barr said, it was such a high-profile case, you need to take a look at it. He said he reviewed like 13 hours of video on Epstein's last night there, and he didn't see anybody go up to Epstein's tier. CBS was kind of postulating questions they would like to ask him, like, what about the missing minute? Was that minute missing when you viewed it? And how could you see anything anyways? Because not all the cameras were working, and there's there's like a stairwell leading up there that was partially or mostly blocked, so you couldn't see if somebody was going up there or not necessarily. And the coroners, the Epstein family hired a coroner to stand alongside the medical examination of Epstein's body, and their coroner basically said the bones broken in the neck would not be typical with a suicide. It would be more typical with a strangulation. And did William Barr's team even bother looking at something like that? I don't think we typically trust William Barr. He's the type that really tries to split words and define the word is, and that sort of thing. Certainly, we might remember the exchange Kamala Harris had with him during a Senate Judiciary Committee, I believe it was, thing. And she's just sitting there asking him, I believe this was the one, has Donald Trump instructed you or anybody in your department to start an investigation on, and I forget who the investigation was on. She didn't name names, but on like former government officials or something. And Barr was like, could you repeat the question? She's like, oh, most certainly. And she repeats it. And then he's like, well, I'm trying to understand what you mean by asked. It's like, told you, ordered you, implied it would be a good idea if he did something. Basically, he's trying to get her to say something specific that he could then plausibly deny. He's untrustworthy.
Yeah.
Untrustworthy.
Agreed.
So
I saw the news thing that popped up that they were going to release the information, or the Department of Justice was going to hand it over to the Congressional Committee on Friday.
Oversight.
Okay, House Oversight Committee on Friday. And my first thought is, I wonder if that gave the Justice Department enough time to scrub down the information enough.
Well, they've been sitting on these documents for months, obviously, but Congress has been stalling to give them more time to do what they need to do. But back in, I think, in the March April timeframe, Pam Bondi ordered like 1,000 different FBI agents to go through the whole packet 24/7 and highlight wherever Trump's name was mentioned, and to collate that. And Then she told Trump his name was in the Epstein Files. And she told him that in May, and then Trump fired James Comey's daughter, who would have been the prosecutor, who would have sat in on any of the Ms. Maxwell testimonies, so that you don't have the prosecutor there. You instead have his number two man, Todd Blanche, who's buddy with Maxwell's lawyer, and then you can find out everything Maxwell's willing to testify in the Justice Department, which can then be communicated to the president. It's rotten. The whole thing is rotten, reeks of a cover-up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious if the document release will unveil the cover-up.
and we did discuss that on the run-up to this. So let's take. I'm going to just look at the general energy. How
we know they'll try and throw as many Democrats under the bus as they possibly can.
Yeah.
But are they done with Trump, and will they let him be under the bus with them?
So how it's, I want to come up with the word thorough, legitimate. Is the information they're providing complete, if you will?
Yeah. They keep thanking the Trump administration for being so transparent with the Epstein Files.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not. This is anything but transparency.
Okay, so let's look at the energy around the information being passed along. Six of Wands, it's a victory. The Congressional Subcommittee finally got the information that they want, and they can now claim how wonderful they are because they got it. The challenge perfect is the Devil card. So you can read this one of a couple ways. This is something that the devil is in the details. This is Trump didn't want some of this information out there, so it's been withheld. It's that there's stuff in there that's really dark, and the challenge, and that's the challenge to this. That they got the information, but there's some dark stuff in there that may be compromising to people in power. Underneath it is the Page of Wands. It's about messaging, getting that new messaging out there. In the past, Wheel of Fortune, weren't sure if there was a client list, weren't sure if there wasn't a client list. Allegedly there was, but all of a sudden there wasn't. Are we going to get the information? Well, maybe, maybe not. Now, current energy is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, here it is. We took a long time to look at it, but we're going to hand it over now. And it's that long time to look at it that has me very concerned. Overarching energy is justice. People want justice from this. They want people who have been abusing and trafficking young people to face the justice.
But remember also, not everybody in the Justice Department supports everything Pam Bondi is doing.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
We have to remember that they're not in lockstep.
Yeah, that gives me hope. Unfortunately, a lot of them have quit.
Or been fired, but
yeah, makes you wonder who's left, right? Lesson to be learned is the Page of Pentacles. You need to look at this information, not with a fresh set of eyes. Don't be tainted. Look at this. It's kind of that the way you're looking at something new for the first time.
I would also throw out something that Dr. Lena might say. You can't overlook the young people in there. The secretaries or the guys that are making the copies for you and stuff like that, because they see all this stuff too.
Yeah, the junior analyst that
exactly
is doing all the work for you.
Exactly. The one she says, the people that you ignore, like the staff that serves you your coffee that you're ignoring, they're in the room too. So they see what's going on as well.
The outcome of this information is 9 of Swords. It's creating a lot of anxiety for a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is between the Devil card and that 9 of Swords, it's almost like they can't get the stink off of these files.
Will these hands never be clean?
Exactly. That if you're in these files, it's gonna follow you wherever you go.
Well, and the fact of the matter is, even I'm challenging it. I haven't even seen the information yet, but I'm already like, okay, well, what didn't you include?
Exactly, because they're going to
What's been scrubbed out of this? One of the questions I want to ask, you can ask it or I can ask it, is this going to be enough red meat for the MAGA?
Yeah, how is MAGA going to react after they've had time to digest this? Is this going to sate their appetite, or are they going to be hungry for more? Page of Pentacles again. There's that messaging. And then the 10 of Wands, crossed by the burden, the heavy load, and the High Priestess secrets. Gary was mentioning the devil in the details. I think there's going to be small nuggets in here that are going to be very problematic to explain for some people. And it's sort of like there's going to be more questions. Asking if MAGA is going to be satisfied. To them, this is a morsel, but they were expecting more. It's kind of like, we've been carrying this heavy load. We've been the expectations are so high for this, they can't believe this is it. And it's like they almost intuitively know there's more in there. In the past, the Hanged Man, they've been waiting so patiently or impatiently for this moment. They want this. They've been dying for this. Current situation of 3 of Wands, and even now I think they want this. They're waiting for this, and it's almost like if it was a meal, the first course comes out and they're like, okay, that was great appetizer, now what's next?
Yeah, they're looking forward to the next course.
We're looking forward to the next course here. This can't be it. This can't be all of it, right? I mean, where's the Democrats? Where's George Soros? Where are the Clintons? Why aren't they underneath there? Overarching energy is the Knight of Swords. Yeah, they're hungry. They want this stuff, and they want it now. Lesson to be learned is the Two of Swords. Decision times. What are we going? What at a crossroads here? Some are going to say, "Is that it?" Some are going to definitely want more of this stuff. Outcome is the Star card. Oh, that's interesting. The calm after the storm. I think it's nothing more than we're going to see two camps out of this. It's like this card. They expected to see a full naked lady inside that file, and they got the redacted one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, wait a minute, no. This can't be all of it. Some will be willing to accept it and stay in MAGA, and some are going to say this is not what was promised here. Some are going to see the light on this one, but I think a lot of them are they're going to demand more.
Mm-hmm.
They want more. They want a special investigation into it. It's like this wasn't enough.
Yeah, this isn't what there's so much buildup through the election process.
Yeah.
And how, basically the entire Democratic Party is a bunch of human traffickers and child abusers, and there might not be a whole lot in that package of information that runs people into the ground, or that exposes how corrupt the Democratic Party is. Now, the reading that you're doing for Tarot by the Bay also, that's coming up on Wednesday.
It's going up on the 20th. So yesterday, as we put this out.
And what were you getting? I guess you could. It's not going to be a spoiler alert because
no, it's not a spoiler. It's a spoiler alert if people are here sitting in the room. No, it's basically what I was getting with that is this is going to cause turmoil. Absolute turmoil. It's stressing the hell out of Trump, and it looked to me like the Justice Department was holding some documents back, like the worst of the worst,
Yeah.
to protect Trump and maybe some other people, and that it won't go unnoticed. How is Trump not in all of this? I think that's the thing. How can he not be in all of this? That's what's going to trigger the Democrats. And then for the Republicans, or the MAGA folks, there's not enough in there, and it will lead to more documents being released. You better be careful of whistleblowers. And when the thing here is that Bill Barr also said, "Oh, I never saw a client list," and Pam Bondi was asked about the client list, and she said, "Yeah, back in February." She says, "Yeah, I've got it on my desk."
Mm-hmm.
It's not the file; it was like the client list, a very specific ask. Yeah. And most people believe there is a client list out there, and there's just been this wholesale denial that exists. That could be true. That could be honest to God true. But if it's true, you better sure as hell hope that Israel's Mossad doesn't have a copy of the client list. Putin doesn't have a copy of the client list. U.S. allies don't have copies of the client list. Some intern that made a copy of the client list doesn't have a copy of the client list. Because if you say there's no client list and then somebody comes up with a client list, you're screwed.
Okay. So on the left, I've got the Department of Justice. On the right, I got Trump. Will they be forced to release additional information by the Department of Justice? You got the Two of Cups. You got some agreements that were being made.
Will they have to release Waja?
The main clarifier for these agreements, protecting stinky fish. People who have basically have not been acting properly. You got the Magician. They've kind of, this is about creation, and then you got the Emperor. Oh boy. Okay, so the Justice Department, will they release additional information? Will they be forced to release additional information? They had some agreements. They got to protect the interests of some people that did some crazy actions. It's going to impact the Emperor, and they're going to have to manifest. Basically, they're going to have to bring something forward, because
I think this is not answering the question. I think this is answering the question: did they hide stuff for Trump? And the answer is yes.
Yes. Okay.
Whether they'll reveal it or not, I think that's just saying, did Trump ask him to hide it? And the answer is yes.
Okay. And so how is this going to impact Trump? You got the Fool card. It's going to be start a new journey. The Nine of Swords. It's a new journey, because I wonder if he's going to have some sort of mental health event because.
Well, I think this could kill his MAGA supporters, or half of his MAGA supporters could.
Yeah, there's a truth that's going to come out from this, and there's going to be a victory. Someone's going to claim victory as a result of this. Whether it's the false victory or a true victory, there's going to be a truth that comes out of this that's going to be impacting Trump. So the question is, will the Justice Department actually release it? Queen of Wands, they got to get busy. They've got a choice, or they've got a decision to make as far as what action do we want to take. You got the Sun card. We got to. If we release this information, everyone's going to see it, and it's going to bring an end to an end of the cycle, and it's going to create a big emotional upwelling. So the real trick is, yes, are they holding information? Absolutely. Does it impact dear leader? Absolutely. And if they release it, bad things. Everyone's going to see what's going on, and it's going to bring an end to this.
Yeah, this is going to be just a devastating wipeout for Trump and his president. This literally could be what finally gets the oligarchs to say, you know what, you can't govern anymore.
Yeah,
literally, you cannot govern this country anymore. You need to go.
You're so compromised.
And that's what I get through. Just a little for Carter. Is this what finally tells the American oligarchs that Trump needs to go? You just need to go. You need to go bye-bye. You don't have the support of half of your base, and the Republicans now have to feign that somehow that they care about children's and sex trafficking. I imagine many do, but now they have a choice. Do they support fighting sex trafficking or supporting a sex trafficker?
Yeah.
You know, a rather untenable position. Is this it? King of Pentacles. Here's your, and this is my oligarch card. Here come the oligarchs. There's a restriction of money. Fighting, changing things, secrets being revealed, government. Oligarchs coming into the government. They are, they're being heard. Like, I honestly think they want a change of some sort. We give you the money. We sit in the background and call the shots. And we fund you. So you're going to do what we tell you to do when it comes to the government. I think they're just going to be, yeah. I can't see a situation where they're happy about this because they want the economy fixed, and Trump's messing up the economy, and now he's got this thing that his administration is dealing with, and they're not advancing Project 2025 agenda items that the oligarchs need to stay the lords of the land for the rest of their lives and their ancestors' lives. And Trump's messing that up.
Yep.
That's all I got.
That's enough.
Thank you everyone for watching this video and supporting our channel. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. We'll wake you up at midnight with a new one. Leave a comment. I read them all, respond to many.
Slow fade.
Perhaps a 7 ending.
Exactly. Since we already did this part. How about some shout outs?
Yes. How about one to Linda? I think it's Janke. Janke. It could be Janke if it's German.
Keep your valuables close to you.
Yes, keep if I'm over, guard the silverware. And then Doc 16, DAHK 16. So sad.
Turn that frown upside down.
Yay!
Might be dealing with some disappointing news, but it's not
great. Cat Martin.
Cat Martin.
And then finally, how about Graffiti Vegan? That's a good name too. Yes,
spent a lot of time picking up that name.
Exactly.
That plant-based name.
Exactly. It's only coming off a plant. And then a card for the rest of us. The ever-present Page of Pentacles.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you've got some Epstein files lying around your house, make sure that Congress sees them.
Yeah, it could be the key to this, as Dave said, are people that are being ignored, that they're invisible, that have seen the information, they know what's real, they know what's fake, and they know when someone's spinning something. So,
all right. Thank you, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.
Take care, folks. Bye.